It's a bird, it's a plane. Oops, it's just Claire Hughes running through Soho with her crotch on fire thanks to a low-rent Brazilian she booked online. Guess Octavia told her that she couldn't bring her own fur to the runway. Blair would have had plenty of time to ice the merchandise if she'd gotten her wax yesterday, and said she decided to play Captain Save-A-Ho after Poppygate and Homecoming. So let's just say I hope she's feeling the burn. Sidebar, show of hands for who believe that fake-ass apology, Poppygate. No one? Didn't think so, because that bitch was in a broom closet, acting for her life. Which only makes it worse that Blair ran to her rescue. But we're supposed to believe she's a better option to lead Belvoir than X? Please? And don't come at me with the whole, but she saved poor little Ohio sob story. The only tears I'm crying are of mirth. Because if the hoes on Blair's side are really dumb enough to be catfished by X directly, self-fulfilling prophecy, anyone? I know what you're thinking, who the hell is this and what do they know anyway? But trust me, I know plenty, and after I'm done, you will too. Hope you like it hot, cause it's tea time! Bello Velvet Babe 21. Seriously, where did you come up with your username? Hopefully you're all having a great day. Chapter 5, Hide and Ho-Seek. Yep, I did it. I don't care. As you head to the address of your latest Stepadia invitation, you find the urge to doom scroll through the comments, pulling on the latest post on the team. Even as notification after notification pings your phone, it is insulting that Bello Velvet Babe 21 Ho called your wax or low rent, or that they said you have appointments online. You can't decide. None of these rumors are even true. Maritza's soft wax technique is more precise than my parents' taxes, and I have her private cell number. This is just one of X's minions trying to throw me off, but I'm Blair Hughes, first of her name, the unbothered queen of the thoroughbreds. But with every ping, your fingers itch for the sweet, sweet dopamine release that comes with social media validation until finally you can't resist tapping read comments to see what's going on. Brittany, bitch. What a streaming pile of BS. If you knew Blair at all, you'd know nothing. Low rent goes near her cooter. Okay? Tell me you're fiending for attention without telling me you're fiending for attention. Clearly, Velvet Babe's going first. Hungry, hungry hipster. If you're nursing an ingrown, you could just say that. No need to bring Blair into it. Love it or hate it. Facts are facts. We all need to come into terms with the fact that Blair Hughes isn't who we think she is, period. When I find out who Bello Velvet Babe 21 is, I'm gonna silence her once and for all. With all the grace of a budding serial killer, you dug your driver's judgy stare, and turn your trigger fingers into Twitter fingers. A for effort, F for everything else. I really hope you're not a journalism major, cause I wasn't even so ho this morning, sweetie. Try harder, cause this is just embarrassing. Does it strike fear into the hearts of men? No. But at least they're not discussing your private parts on a public forum anymore. Relieved, you look out the window and gasp in horror as far as the eye can see. There's nothing but overdressed wannabes spilling from the sidewalk into the street, all fighting to be closest to the door, bearing the address on the card in your hands. Hey, stop pushing, I was here first. Someone is standing on my Gavinci wingtips, and I can return them tomorrow. Because of it, I'm beating ass. You can't return them to Gavinci, because you never got them from Gavinci. Stop trying to blame us. The car stops, and as you open the door to step out, it brushes the hem of the main imposter's skirt. Would you, watch it? You just got New York sludge all over my genuine Italian leather. Girl, that leather is as Italian as a bowl of SpaghettiOs. Ooh. And that necklace is about 30 seconds away from turning that giraffe neck of yours green. I know you. You're Blair Hughes. The one and only. And you guys are standing in the middle of the street. We're in line for the show. Octavia always gives the first 50 of her best dresses fan tickets to see the new collection. Well, then this is your lucky day. I'm actually modeling one of her pieces. I knew it. Only a model would arrive in something so breathtaking. I clocked that all over your original the second you step out of the car. I do what I can, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about this crowd. There's like a million people blocking the door. Leave that to us. Without a second thought, the blonde turns to the crowd and does her best imitation of a bullhorn if the bullhorn grew up in a valley and developed a vicious, so vocal fry. Like, move it or lose it, people! We have a model making her entrance! One by one, the groupies part like the Red Sea, and as you strut by unscathed, you make sure to wave your fugly fans before disappearing inside. You ever just want to smack the shit out of the MC? I do! Felicity rises from her position on the couch. Cutting it a little close, aren't we? I almost thought you weren't going to show. I got distracted outside, but I'm here with a minute to spare. Then I guess we better make this quick. As you've seen, there will be times when you're thrust into situations you aren't prepared for, but a true Apodian should be able to make the best of it. And I did. In that spirit, today you'll take the runway with professionals to prove you can embody two of Apodia's most important traditions: adaptability and excellence under fire. Any questions? Just one. Exactly how many traditions does Apodia have? I've already made an impression with Tinsley. Today I'll adapt and be excellent. And how much longer are we talking? Rushing Apodia isn't a short process. There are still tests in espionage, poise, reading others, charity, discretion, and my personal favorite, revenge. But right now, your only worry should be getting the hair and makeup before someone notices you're missing. As if on cue, a stylish woman with purple hair pokes her head through the silk curtain at the back of the room and extends her hand towards you. Too late. You must be Blair. I'm Fatima Alijad, lead stylist and model wrangler. Oh, nice to, You reach out to shake her hand, but instead she takes yours, giving Felicity a wave and yanks you beyond the curtain. Into a room full of models and varying stages of dress and readiness. Immediately she is on the move again, her legs working at breakneck speeds, and you fight to keep up. No time for niceties. You need to get the makeup from head to toe. Hemorrhoid cream under your eyes for those bags, saline injections for that dull skin. Is there any part of me you don't need to refurbish, or should I just consider myself a total loss? Nothing personal, hun, but fashion's a fast-paced, superficial business, and I'm the one who keeps the trains running around here. Now, you wait here and I'll be right back with your outfit. Hemorrhoid cream under my eyes, huh? Okay. Fatima rushes off, checking in on the other models as she goes, and you look around at everyone you'll be sharing a catwalk with. I wonder women, or certain women, need to put on so much perfume to cover up the hemorrhoid cream smell. Botox brows, really? Watch out! You tear your eyes away from the flurry of activity just in time to see a rack of designer dresses barreling down on you. I should move. This is how I die is the other option. Before you have time to act, a hand reaches out from a nearby makeup chair and yanks you out of danger and into the safety of her lap. Oh my god, are you okay? I can't believe it. You're my hero. How can I ever repay you? Her gaze dips to your lips as she quirks an eyebrow. I'm sure you'll think of something. I'm Jada, by the way. I'm Blair. Thanks for saving my ass. I owe you one. One chair over, a model with a face like she's always smelling expired meat scoffs. Your ass would need saving if Fatima and her staff weren't so useless. Are you kidding? Fatima puts her blood, sweat, and tears into making sure we look good on that runway. Yet another sterling indictment In a world where Botox and lasers exist, only someone woefully unsalvageable even has sweat glands. I guess you have a point. Barely. Fatima's been booked and busy since America's Most Eligible. She's probably just burnt out. If you ask me, she needs a good vacation, so she and that Hollywood husband of hers can make a little movie magic of their own. But that's the problem, isn't it? No one asked you. I swear to God, Barbie bitch. I will backhand you. Beat! Could have sworn you were the main character in this romantic dramedy. Why do people keep trying you today? And who the hell are you? Blair, this is Claudia. Claudia, this is a complete waste of time, I agree. I'm an international supermodel. She knows who I am, and why would I care who she is? Maybe because we're going to be working together, so we might as well want to be on a first-name basis? Ah, feigned diplomacy. How very navirish. Everyone's money was new at one point or another, Claudia. No matter how much we hate to admit it. You wheel around, and there in the flesh you spot the woman, the myth, the legend. Octavia Olivier? It's an honor to finally meet you. The pleasure's all mine. Given what I've heard from a certain mentor of yours, I expect you'll be going places most people can only imagine. Be sure to learn as much as you can from the women around you. They're a wealthy modeling information just waiting to be tapped. Claudia leans over to grip your shoulders and smiles as though she wasn't just trying to read you from cover to cover. Not to worry, Octavia. She's in good hands. If she thinks you're spending a single second in her lacquered talent, she's got another thing coming. Actually, I was hoping Jada could help, considering I'm Navirish and all. I have a few tricks up the sleeve, and I'd love to share. Then it's settled. Make me proud, Blair. We'll be watching. Octavia walks away to talk to other models, and you shrug off Claudia's claws. Claudia, claws, I get it. She huffs, staring down her heavily rhinoplastied nose at you, and then Jada. Letting this glorified hand model train you for your debut is only going to end with you falling flat on your face. Literally. The only thing I see is a pretentious snob who will say and do anything to get ahead. I'm sticking with Jada. What you don't seem to understand is that this is my arena. I call the shots, and crossing me is practically a death sentence. In that case... should I be shaking? Because the only thing scary around here is the amount of filler in those lips. Should I get an umbrella for when they burst? I'll make you regret. Ladies, if I could have a moment of your attention... This is why, like, guys try and read women. Women can't even handle each other, let's be real. Octavia has decided to make some adjustments to the walking order. But you'll open up wearing Midnight Dream, followed by Claudia. Excuse me? Claudia Rose doesn't walk behind anyone, let alone a nobody. I'm taking this up with Octavia. She starts to stomp away, but turns to look at the other models in the eye before focusing all of her fury on Jada. If the rest of you are smart, you'll let Blair figure things out alone. She bumped me from my spot. She'll do the same to you. She storms off to find Octavia, and Fatima follows, leaving you alone with a room full of models. And not one of them will meet your eye. You turn to Jada. I need your help. If I don't get someone to teach me how to model, who knows what I'll look like on the runway. Or the T, for that matter. I'm sorry, Blair. I want to help, but Claudia was right. Crossing her would mean the end of my career. This is my dream. Get the models back with a diamond choice. Claudia doesn't have as much power as she thinks she does, choice. If Claudia really was the HBIC around her, she'd still be opening the show. Instead, Octavia put a brand new model in her spot. Octavia knows Claudia's... days are numbered. That's a pretty good point. Trust me, the only thing Claudia runs around her is her mouth. Oof. Maybe she was right about one thing. If you want to stand a chance out on the runway, you're gonna need more than just my help. Ashley knows how to wow a crowd. Paloma has behind-the-scenes tips. And Naomi may go a little heavy on the feeler, but her walk is incredible. You chance to look over and find the model staring you down. Great! The stars have aligned, the heavens have opened, and a group of models has finally agreed on one thing. Hating your ass. I'd love to meet them. As you and Jada join the other group, all conversations quickly screech to a halt. Quickly you turn to a girl who you remember from hate-liking her on Pictogram and trying to break the ice. I know you ladies don't owe me anything, but I could really use your help. I would. But if I help you today, how do I know you won't replace me on the cover of Them Weekly tomorrow, Spot Stealer? Whoa, I didn't steal anything. Octavia changed her mind. A model with permanently sky-high brows scoffs. Looks like we found Naomi. And who was Octavia talking to right before she had that epiphany? Oh, right, you! In your careers, hasn't there been something that the designer changed at the last minute without your approval? Like, your wardrobe. The room is silent at first, and then one of the most popular models, Ashley, speaks up. Well, at my first show, they swapped out the silk romper I was wearing for this new super expensive invisible cloth. The Emperor's new clothes, you... I swear, I thought I was the hottest thing in fashion until my mom asked when I started modeling underwear. See? Even with a career like yours, what the designer once can change everything. Blair's right. I was there. Octavia never said a word about making the switch. Blair didn't even know it was coming. Okay, but Claudia's gonna be pissed. Of course she doesn't want you to help me. Keeping all of us against each other is how she stays on top. Thinking about it. If we all hate each other, you don't notice when she takes all the good jobs for herself. You turn to Paloma. You were on my ass about stealing Claudia's spot, but when was the last time you walked opening or closing? Never? Oh god, that bitch! It's time we rally together, show models everywhere that how things are supposed to work, and I know exactly how. You pull out your phone and set up a live video, and soon your classmates are signing on and watched in droves. Look sharp, thoroughbreds. I'm backstage with industry's hottest models, and they have some insider tricks of the trade to share with you. See the models start to cheer up with the prospect of attention they obviously never get, thanks to Claudia. Ashley is the first to step into frame. I guess baddie boot camp is in session. What do you need to know, Blair? I could use a little help with... I think it was a walk. Every walk serves a purpose, but remember, Octavia's show is going to have representatives from the couture magazines in droves. They prefer a demure winter walk, named after the couture queen herself. Naomi takes a long, elegant stride, places her hands delicately on her hips. You follow, focusing on fighting against the natural swish of your hips. What do you think, thoroughbreds? Am I getting this right? Jada takes a peek at your phone. The audience is loving every second. What's next? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Keeping my balance. Allow me to clue you in on that little track. She snatches up your runway heels and breaks out a patch of sandpaper with her emergency kit. Carefully, she sets to work rubbing the rough paper against the sleek patent leather. Hey! Relax, sometimes the runway gets crazy slippery, so you don't want to faceplant. You've got to score bottoms of your shoes. You have no idea how many times that little track has saved my life on the runway against even the best wax jobs. Bottom feeder says thanks for the tip. Expressions. I walked the Octavia Olivier long enough to know that her brand is hyper-focused on appealing to the it girl who has it all. God, this is making me want to throw up. If you want to be the perfect model and win over the paps, you'll need to be charming, fierce, and bubbly. Also, nobody wants to see a sad model. Stuff those feelings deep down and cry about it in the bathroom after everyone else. Or like everyone else. That sounds exactly like my first day at Belvoir, so I think I'll be fine. If these comments are anything to go by, your fans think so too. You peek over Jada's shoulder at the flurry of activity on the live stream and smile smugly at the steadily climbing number of viewers. You learn tips! I think that's everything. I'm officially runway ready. No matter what happens, just remember, a model's job is to sell the garment. If you make your clothes look good, you can't go wrong. Which starts with the second you put them on. Watch as Paloma eases into a runway look, careful of her full body makeup. The last thing you want is to destroy the garment before you hit the runway, so take things slow to start. Got it. Yeah. Clearly no one has been at Pixelberry has ever been in the modeling industry. No, things are not slow. After a stylist finishes your hair and full body makeup, you practice strutting to the end of the room and back, slowly gaining confidence until... 5 minutes until go time, people. Garments on, shoes on, let's move, move, move! With all the efficiency of a SEAL Team 6, Fatima whips your assigned dress out of its garment bag and gingerly holds it out for you to get into as quickly as possible. Step in it carefully and wait to be zipped up. When you're wearing makeup, everywhere. Yes, even there. Things like this can't be rushed. You ease in your dress as though you're handling a live bomb. Careful, careful, perfect. Now, just don't move too much, or breathe, or sweat, or do anything but stand there. Great, guess I'll teleport down the runway. Then her assistants are dragging you to your place in line. Fatima is signaling for silence as she presses a finger to her earpiece and listens for the cue to start. The floor is freshly waxed, and all of New York is watching, so for the love of God, don't screw it up. Before any of the information registers, Fatima gets the go-ahead, puts a firm hand in the center of your back, and gives you a shove right onto the foot of the runway. Couture editors peer at you from the crowd, and it's time to strut. The wind tour. You elongate your stride, put your hands on your hips, and serve those old bras, the finest in awkward angles and collarbone. As you walk past, they give you a subtle nod. And that's how you say work, bitch, in Boomer. Oh, God, help me. The farther you walk, the more slippery the runway becomes, making it even harder to walk in your high heels. But as you power down the strip, Paloma's sandpaper job on the bottom of your heels keeps you on solid ground. Thank God for pro tips and slip-resistant shoes. At the end of the runway, you come face to face with a wall of cameras, all flashing blindly white lights as you plan your pose. Bubbly and evanescent, detached and unattainable. Where I'm going. Yeah, bubbly and evanescent. You smile widely for the camera and hit a fierce pose, all while giving the perfect anthem smize. I don't know, okay. The crowd eats it up and you catch snippets of praise and feed your already healthy ego. Okay, player, come through. Adoration is absolutely my color. You turn and start your strut back up the runway, and that's when Claudia emerges from the wings, bearing down the runway at full speed. Her expression is professional, but her eyes glare through you. And in that moment you see it, the wobbly ankles, the unsteady gait. Her arms start to windmill, and a second later she takes a header right into your path. The audience gasps as she sprawls right at your feet. So much for the queen of the runway. Claudia. I really want to pick her in my way, but take my hand. I've got it. As she struggles to get to her feet, you grip her underarm and hoist her up like the overgrown toddler she is. And the press has a field day. The beautiful Claudia rose, everyone. Please give her a hand to cheer her on. Oh my God, I haven't seen sportsmanship like this on the runway since the runway was invented. Who is this girl? You leave Claudia red-faced, unable to snap back, lest she looks like even more of an ungrateful snob, while you finish your catwalk with a newfound reputation as a modeling world sweetheart. Okay. Second you're off the stage, you find Felicity waiting for you at the makeup station. Now that is how you think on your feet and look good while you do it. Well done, Blair. You passed your second challenge. Who knew modeling was this exhilarating? Screw coffee, 5 minutes out there and I'm ready to take on the... But before you get a chance to finish, Hurricane Claudia bursts in, rips off her shoes and jewelry before throwing them in Fatima's face. Tell Octavia I quit. You can't quit. In the middle of a show. I was gonna do closing walk. I could care less. So, if you think I'm gonna back out there after humiliation like that, I suggest you tell Octavia. Tell Octavia what exactly? Oop! Octavia herself slips in the boutique, arms crossed over her chest, and expression expectant as she surveys the scene. You think you're the first model who's ever quit on me? Did you think I would beg you? I've been in fashion since before you were diapers. I'll remain here long after you're back in them. Ooh. Octavia, please. Without missing a beat, Octavia grabs the last garment bag from the rack. I have half a mind to put this dress on myself and show you how it's done. But I'd rather give the next generation the shot instead. And by the time your brain registers her words, she's standing in front of you, handing you the show's final look. You mean me? I can see it in your eyes. You were born for the runway. I can't think of a better way to end the show than with you, modeling my favorite piece. And if you do as well as the show's closer, I'll let you keep the outfit. Diamond choice. Not your model, citizen. This look does not look good. I like the black, but this just looks like... It looks like a bunch of rulers broke. What the hell? A genuine Octavia Oliver, designed from Octavia herself? Dreams really do come true. Hold on, the jacket brings the look together, and you'll notice I drew a little inspiration from your journey. She holds out the leather jacket, and you slip your arms into the sleeves. Okay. Runway ready, just like that. Now, then I say it's time we share this look with the world. You shoulder check Claudia as you head to the runway, and with a snap, Octavia grabs Fatima's attention. See, that trash takes itself out, won't you? It would be my pleasure. For the second time, you step out on the runway, leaving behind Fatima's cries for security, and almost immediately the cameras go crazy. Alright, Blair, take 2 and action. You start your stride down the runway once again. You spot the magazine editors in the crowd. Women's magazine. Sway your hips as you slink past the women's magazine editor, and she quickly turns on a recorder to take notes. Fall may be here, but this black and gold masterpiece worn by budding style icon Blair Hughes is hot. Paired with a badass leather jacket, this outfit is everything you need to be right on trend this season. As you strut by, you see fans hold up their cell phones out of the corner of your eye. We're live at the Octavia Oliver pop-up fashion show, and Blair is absolutely dominating on the runway. Blair, we love you! Who doesn't? Your mother, who we don't even know. At the end of the runway, you pull to stop in a model outfit through the flashes of the bright line. Blair, right here. No, look this way. Don't worry, there's plenty of me to go around. Why not show the world who Blair Hughes really is with a signature pose? Blow him a kiss. You touch your fingertips to your lips and blow kisses to the crowd as the flashes blaze with intensity. Mwah. A hand on your shoulder shocks you into turning, and behind you see Octavia beaming. She takes your hand, and the crowd goes wild. Thank you all so much for coming. As always, it's been an honor presenting my work to you. She directs her smile at you, and oh, isn't that just a picture-perfect moment? It's been an honor having Blair headline my show. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing, Blair? You say a few words to close Octavia's show, like that's a chance you can pass up. I just like to... No, I'm not gonna give a shout out. It's either 2 or 3. I'll go with, yeah, we'll go 2. Take a moment to celebrate fashion's inclusivity. A small-town girl like me from Farmsville getting to walk the runway for Octavia Olivia herself is a dream I would never thought would come true. So no matter how many people may try to look down on you for being so, navirish, just remember, you do have a place on the runway. Satisfied that Claudia must be grinding her teeth to stubs somewhere in a security holding, you give the audience the most wide-eyed, delighted look you can muster, and they eat it right up. As the audience cheers and applauds, Octavia simply takes your hand and raises your clenched fists to the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Blair Hughes. After the show, you're waiting for the boutique, or in the boutique for your car to arrive with your phone chimes. Blair ate and left no crumbs. That's it. That's the post closing. The doom pop up side by side with Octavia herself. Like, ma'am, please give me back my edges. I beg. I miss doom dooms. I don't know what to call it. It's a face. Fashion show. I guess OOs. And now the dress Blair wore is sold out. Probably for the best. My pancake ass could never. Blair's dress on the runway was nothing short of iconic. Now imagine if she gets to keep it. God, I see what you've done for others. Miss the pre-sale for Blair's dangerously flawless leather jacket? We've got you covered. DM for details. Oh god, those people. Probably selling rip-offs and/or scammed ones. Like, and repost that. Oh, and look, I'm trending. And more importantly, with wave after wave of praise coming in, Bella Velvet's babes, teas gone cold. Smiley, you resign yourself to tackling the wall of text you missed while living your supermodel fantasy. Zoe. So sorry I'm not there in person, but good luck on the runway, babe. You're gonna look so hot. I'm gonna need you to give me life on that catwalk, because this internship is sucking it out of me. Oh my god, you were everything. Also, you gotta show me how they got your legs to look so long. 911. Call me now. Oh, that sure took a different tone. Oh my god. Immediately, you video chat Zoe, the phone purrs in your hands as you wait anxiously for her to answer, and then... It's about time you called. I'm sorry, I was doing this thing called life. I got your text. What's the emergency? Whatever you want it to be, just make it good and get me out of this office. You called me 911 for this? I thought you liked your internship. I do in theory. In practice, well, that's the problem. I'm not getting any. Wait, aren't you making music or signing artists or whatever and big-time producers do all day? Girl, please, the only thing I've made is half dozen coffee runs. What's wrong with coffee? Come on now. Not that I don't have plenty of ideas, but every time I say anything, the manager shusses me like I'm a little kid with nothing useful to say. I thought I'd be working my way up, showing off some of the stuff I learned when I was working with my mom. But instead, the closest I've been to producing is when the sound engineer made me clean the tape deck with a cotton swab. Do you just need... I mean, patience, but, you know... Make them take notice. You need to walk into that office tomorrow, iced coffee in hand, bad bitch energy unmatched, and play your manager a Zoe Wade music original. Babe, what do you think I've been doing this whole time? They gave me the aux cord on day 1, and I haven't stopped playing my music since. Okay, so we just need to go bigger. I just need to do something that my manager won't be able to ignore. As you swipe away a call from an unknown number, it hits you. The idea to end all ideas. Playing your first gig should make him put some respect on your name. Weren't there a ton of promoters in the comments on your diss track? Maybe 1 or 200. Exactly. People like what they heard. Once they know you're in the market, you should have plenty of gigs to choose from. Your phone rings again, and on the other end, Zoe raises her eyebrows. Am I interrupting? It's just an unknown number that's been calling back to back. It's probably spam. Just get rid of them and call me back. I want to hear all about the show. You hang up, and not a second later, the phone calls again, but this time you're ready. Hi, you've reached the offices of Screw Off, Leave Me Alone, and Associates. How may I direct your call? Blair? Ian? Well, this is embarrassing. Why are you calling me from an unknown number? It's a long story, but I believe that I know who's been after you, and I can prove it, but not over the phone. Why are you calling from an unknown number, though? A moment passes between you in silence. Thanks to Steinhelm, listen to the conversation you can have on campus. And with X's faceless minions growing bolder every second, anyone could be watching anywhere. Send me your address, I'm on my way. After explaining the situation to Zoe, you reroute your car to the address in Brooklyn, and when you arrive, Ian's already there to usher you in. Were you followed? Possibly. I shook the MI6 agent, but you never know about the KGB. If you're done, I'll show you inside. You follow him up the stairs to the first door on the left, which he motions you through in a hurry, like he expects the granny down the hall to whip out her phone for some paparazzi shots. Listen, you never know. Hello there, you two. I got you finally. I'm Bello, Velvet Babe. Inside, he closes the door and turns to you with a smile. The last bits of tension melting away, you eye his apartment, admiring his very expensive taste. Nice place. Sleek, sophisticated, somewhat moody. It fits you to a T. And when have I ever been moody? You're moody when you haven't had a kiss in a while. You get all pouty, like you're, look, you're doing it right now. I am certainly not. He is, but you cover his lips with your own, and he draws you closer, kissing you unhurriedly now that you're in the sanctuary of his own home. How's that, feeling better? He nips your lips and swipes his tongue along it, before drawing back to gaze warmly in your eyes. You're distracting me from the matter at hand. This is the man who called me 20 times in a minute just to have me come over. You better have something real good to show for it. He swipes a notebook from the coffee table and motions for you to sit with him on the couch. It took a bit of digging, but I've been reasoned that I may have found X's den of vipers, or at the very least where they call their members. These people are cold, calculating. I wish I didn't have to show you this, Blair, so please brace yourself. Without warning, he flips open his notebook, bearing some photos of what looks like a random online forum. You printed these out? What is online may disappear. That way we have proof of some of these scoundrels' illicit activities. He slips on his glasses and thumbs through the page after page of evidence. More printouts like we're in 1999, obviously ready for the receipts. After you got Pete Scotch fired, the forum was alight with vengeance posts promising to get justice for their martyr. Recently, your actions at Homecoming were a hot topic. For example, Wap the Waps post, Blair's totally going for the publicity by sitting with us regulars. I hate fakes. Had 500 comments. And just this morning, 434.5 said, so when are we egging our dorm? They're clearly plotting against you, Blair. Wrong! He is so wrong! Take one glance at Ian's meticulous notes and prepare to give the professor a lesson in Belvoir politics he'll never forget. Those guys are all bark but no bite, Ian. They're hating on me because it's the trend, and it makes them cool to join in on the mindless masses. Sure, they feel powerful being catty online, but all that noise actually means they aren't going to do anything IRL. How can you be so sure? First of all, this isn't about the team, where the real war cries are made. Second of all, X's minions strike when you don't see them coming. With a groan, he chucks the notebook onto the coffee table and runs a hand over his face, removing his glasses. Serves me right for meddling in a minefield where I clearly don't belong, and worse, can't compete. What I don't get is why you did all this digging anyway. Cloak and Dagger, really? Don't go with your academic tweed and blazer aesthetic. I just can't sit back and let you go through all this alone, Blair. It's okay to say you need help. He takes your hand, slipping his fingers between yours as he lowers his voice to a whisper. I want to help you. I want to do things by your side. I can handle Axe. I never doubted that. I'm merely suggesting that you don't have to go it alone. Don't I? Thanks to me and Axe, you're already on the verge of losing your career. I don't want anything worse to happen. Blair. I'm serious, Ian. Leave the theories and battle plans to me. Axe is gonna go down. I don't want you caught in the crossfire. And what would you have me do instead? Sulk around the campus looking over my shoulder? Of course not. I just need for you to be safe. You take his face in your hands and brush your lips gently across his. I'd never forgive myself if you lost everything because of me. And I'd never forgive myself if you lost everything because I didn't help. Trust me. I know how to play this game. I already am pretty neck deep in it. I don't want it pulling you in too. I'm not sure I can ignore the matter entirely, but I'll try not to get in your way. Well, it's a stalemate more than anything, but you can tell neither of you wants to have a whole argument about this. Especially not when this is the first time you two have been together, truly alone, together, all year. You take the chance to look around his apartment, more slowly walking into the kitchen. You hear his footsteps trail after you, and you look over your shoulder to see him watching you intensely. What's that look for? You have no idea how many times I've dreamt of this, you in my apartment. Wraps his arms around your waist, pulling you back against his chest, nuzzling his face against your neck as he whispers in your ear. It looks right, having you here. It feels right. Care to share some of those fantasies? My favorite involves the two of us waking up in bed together, dragging ourselves out of bed together, cooking breakfast together. He turns you around and then slowly walks you backwards until you feel the counter behind you. His gaze is smoldering and the arousal in his voice is so clear you can feel your body's response building in the pit of your stomach. Breakfast going forgotten on the burner as we get distracted with each other. Oh yeah? Tell me more about this domestic dream of yours. You trail a finger down his chest, watching his eyes become glazed. He fixates on your mouth as you respond. Oh no, I hope we don't burn the whole house down. You eventually bring me back to my senses. I turn off the kitchen before we set the kitchen ablaze. You trail your finger back up his chest, up the side of his neck, and then down his jaw. He barely suppresses a shiver. I'm the sensible one. That doesn't sound like me. Then what happens? His hand trails down the outsides of your thighs, making your breast speed up. He quirks the subtlest grin, clearly knowing exactly what he's doing to you. You disciplined me for letting our breakfast burn. He leans in to whisper in your ear, pressing your back against the counter as he does. And I enjoy it very much. You swallow, and he ducks down a nip at your neck. You manage to reply shakily. I can't help thinking if things could have been different for us this year, what that might have already happened. Who says we can't start making it a reality now? It's late. I'd feel much more relaxed if you stayed the night with me. He leans back to look in your eyes, his gaze smoldering, his desire palpable between you. I want you, Blair. All to myself. Take you into bed for a chance to ditch the ex-drama and release all the tension and wake up in bed tomorrow so you can burn the breakfast. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, yes, I am. What I need is some space to handle all this. Alone. Yes, of course. You duck his gaze. You pull away and head for the door. But as you free the last lock, you can't help but look over your shoulder. I'll take care of this, Ian. I promise. Kind of like a reward, you know? It's you know, I hate to break this to people, but, you know, you build up in time. You don't just go for it every moment you have. The next morning, you trudge into the kitchen to find Zoe holding 2 Bellinis. Pugsley yips around her heels, way too energetic to be justified. Bugsley, no, this is for Blair, not you. You're too young to drink. Bugsley, leave my morning alcohol alone. I need it. Bellinis, that's what it is, okay. I asked how things went with Professor Hottie, but the look on your face tells me everything I need to know. That and the way you went from, for the ice cream in the freezer, and then straight into your room when you got home last night. Now spill, I've been on edge. Sorry, it's just... And his grand idea for how to track down X's minions was to surf anti-Blair forums. Look at it this way, you're not any further away knowing who they are. I call that a win. A new notification from the T stops her dead in her tracks, and together you lean in to see the damage. Rise and shine, Belvoir. Time to shake off that all-nighter, throw back an espresso, and greet the new day. But if that sounds as excruciating as what's the time, you can always hit up Blair for a pill-sized pick-me-up. According to Bello, for the love of Christ, Blair's skipping the tea and serving a dish straight Adderall instead. If she's dealing, doping, or some magic mix up to the two, that's up to you to find out. Either way, the pharmacist will see you now. X. Well, it's barely 9 a.m. This post will get covered in gossip faster than you can say, Balenciaga. I bet no one even sees it. Immediately, your phone pings again, and surprise, surprise, it's everyone's least favorite dean. For someone who claims to hate the tea, Sis is well informed. With shaky hands, you open the email. Dear Miss Hughes, it's come to no surprise that Belvoir University has a zero-tolerance policy as it pertains to recreational drug use. While these claims are unsubstantiated, the severity of their nature necessitates swift action. As such, I expect to see you in my office first thing this morning. Yours sincerely, Dean Margaret Steinhelm. You know, people's hypothesis on how the dean is X is kind of substantiated. Like, it's kind of getting there. Or not. Oh. Well played, X. Well played. Was it, though? Like, was it? Alright, you know what to do. It's there on the screen. Without further ado, thank y'all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below, links to social media, Discord, if you'd like to support me and my content. Without further ado, yeah, I didn't pick the scene with Ian. Like, sorry, but I don't want my legacy to be just continually picking those types of choices. It's how I feel. The literal name of this app is Choices. The stories you play. Yes, there will be times that we do pick them. No, there will not be times that we pick all of them. That's just how it is, okay? So, you do respect that. I am a creator. These are the books I'm reading, and I'm just doing what I feel is right. I don't want my channel to be complete, just crap fest driven M-rated garbage. Yeah, not everything has to revolve around that, and if you don't know that by now with me, that's who I am. Like, I'm a person who values love, intimacy, personality, intelligence, and everything else, and there are a time and a place for those things, and that's some of the diamond choices that I have picked. But if you can't respect that, you know, I respect that you can't respect my wishes and my choices, and, well, there's the door, and feel free to leave. But without further ado, thanks for watching, much love and appreciation. I'll catch you guys in the royal finale, and then also apparently Wolf Bride 2 for the normal people who do not pay to win in this app is coming out today, so I'll be covering that as soon as I can. Though some of that will be a little bit delayed to later because, you know, I have to take care of my two brothers, their schooling, and all these other things. So I get these things out as quickly as humanly possible while multitasking all of that. So consider supporting the channel, because I'm doing a lot more than you can even imagine. Peace out.